Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Professor Dr. Rizwan Jamil Rashid. Welcome to the new lecture on Advanced Object-Oriented Software Engineering. There was a mistake in the last lecture. I apologize for that. There are 6 generations of hardware instead of 5 generations. One generation is the zeroth generation, that is called the mechanical generation. The first generation is vacuum tube, second generation transistor, third generation is IC integrated circuit, fourth generation VLSI, very large scale integration, and fifth generation intelligent computers. So this was the mistake that I forgot vacuum tube, which is the first generation. The topic of today's lecture is the main problems of software engineering field. The main problem the software industry is facing, the cost and the time of development are increasing day by day. Why? This is the common problem because customers are demanding ERP systems. What is an ERP system? Enterprise Resource Planning System, which is a collection of integrated systems to automate the business processes of a company and to have profitable business and successful software. So when customer is demanding ERP, as it's a collection of integrated systems like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, which are the commercial ERP systems, and the average cost of SAP, the full package is greater than 2 billion real, and one module cost is approximately 9 million real. There are many companies in Saudi Arabia which are using SAP, like Saudi Airline, Aramco, STC, and there's Al Malki Group, which is the one of the suppliers for the hospital management system for the medical equipments. And I remember Al Malki Group purchased 4 modules of SAP at the cost of 36 million real. And similarly, NetSol Technologies' famous product is LeaseSoft, the leasing software, Taxit software. The average cost is approximately 10 million Pakistani rupees. And if you convert million rupees into Saudi Riyal, so 10 million divided by 3.75. So that's the cost of leasing software, the LeaseSoft. Another problem is when you demand ERP or you demand large systems, the size of software is increasing day by day. When size increased, complexity increased. And because of that, the programmer needs more time, more cost to develop software due to its large size. Another common problem in software industry, in software field, it is almost impossible to remove all errors before and even after delivery to the customer. And we have a Pareto principle, which is called 80-20 rule, that 80% bugs raise from 20% of the code. And you can imagine how many bugs are there in the 100% software. Software cost and schedule estimation are an extremely difficult task. Why? What do you think? Because nobody knows how much time is required to implement the logic. And what's a logic? Mantak, like something that makes sense, or scientific study of reasoning process to reach a conclusion or goal, or infer something. And we have processing logic and we have business logic. Then nobody knows how many errors are going to raise, how much time you need to fix those bugs, how many defects will come, and same, how much time you need to fix those defects. And some are fatal, some are non-fatal, which can become faults. Another problem, software is always upgraded after delivery to the customer. Like LeeSoft, product of NetSol Technologies, is the leading company of Pakistan and first company in Pakistan who achieved CMM level 5. And it was developed as a leasing software for BMW, Mercedes, Nissan. Now it's a complete financial package, financial suite. And then you need large teams. Approximately, they have offices in Pakistan, in UK, Germany, Australia, Taiwan, Korea, India. In my hometown, in Lahore, they have office. It is called NetSol Valley, and it has multi-floor building, and one floor is only fixed for LeeSoft maintenance staff, and there are approximately 300 team sizes there just to maintain that software. And with the passage of time, maintenance cost is also increased, highly increased, whenever you introduce a change into the software, because bugs will come. You need testing cycle, maintenance cycle. You fixed one bug, 10 will come. You fix 10, 100 will come. Like in chemistry, we have a chain reaction. Time to market should be reduced. Software is a different product. It's not like hardware. It's not like AC, fridge, other products. We must have customer and then we develop a software. Unlike other products, we open shop and we wait for the customers, like hardware market or electronics market or home appliances. You must have customer, and then you take the requirements from that customer and you develop software according to his requirements. NetSol Technologies, which is a leading company, as I just mentioned, they thought we have multinational clients. We have BMW, Mercedes, big guns, Yamaha International, Nissan. So local Pakistani market is not a problem for us. And they did one mistake, I will call it blunder, that they thought to develop a software for the banking sector. Like in Saudi Arabia, we have MADA. In Pakistan, we have OneLink system, or it's called M-Link system. They develop a software to integrate with the ATM network. And then they send marketing guys, sales guys to knock the doors of banks. None of the banks showed interest to purchase that software. They said, who are you? Did we ask you to develop a software? Did we give you requirements? And finally, NetSol Technologies had to freeze that software, and they have to fire the team members, except the specialists. They engage them in other projects. So team was fired, and some team members which were specialized, they were segregated in other projects. And that project from approximately 2007, 2008 till today in 2022, it's freezed. The time to resale must be reduced. We develop a software for one client, then we wait for the second client. And it's a problem for the startup companies to open new branches or new offices, or to start a company, because we must have customer and then we can develop a software. So for fresh companies, new companies, it's a problem. And resale is also a problem, because actual profit is in the resale because the company is going to reuse that software. So that's another problem. Single product becomes part of product family. Like Microsoft has a family of products. Any new software from Microsoft, it should be compatible with the existing softwares like Office. New Office should be compatible with the previous Offices. So any new product from Microsoft, it should be compatible with all existing products. And when you have such situation, you will face integration problems. And that's one of the difficult tasks to fix integration bugs. Because I remember one of the software companies in Pakistan, it failed to integrate their software with the ATM network, and customer gave them 6 months extra to fix the integration bug. As a standalone, it works fine. But once you integrate with the existing ATM network, it doesn't work. It doesn't import and export the data. And that was a problem the company faced. And finally, customer canceled the project and sue them in the international court that this company wasted our so much time and cost. So that's a problem, that you have to develop a software and it should integrate with the existing products and it should be compatible. Like customers are demanding ERP systems and they have traditional systems in Kabul, Pascal, Fortran, C, Java, PHP. And once they purchased SAP, it has to integrate with the existing systems. It has to become one of the family members of the systems, the customers' existing systems. I remember MIT, one of the professors came to the King Abdulaziz University in my department, Faculty of Computing and Information Technology. And that professor told us during a seminar that MIT took 13 years to implement SAP and to integrate SAP with the existing systems. So it's a big deal once you want to integrate your current system with the existing systems. And it's one of the common problems we faced. Ambiguous, conflicting, and changing requirements. These are three problems. Ambiguous requirements, confusing requirements, unclear requirements. Customer always gave you ambiguous requirements, unclear requirements, vague requirements, weird requirements. We call them, customer always told us stories. So we have to extract the requirements from those stories. So that's one of the problems, the ambiguous requirement, and you have to extract requirement from the story. Conflicting, at the customer side, there are three levels of management. We have top management, we have middle management, and we have lower management. And there are always conflicts in three levels of management to agree on common requirements. So it is our responsibility that we have to agree them, all the levels of management, on a common requirement, common goal, common scope. So we always face conflicting situation, conflicting requirements. Top management always gave different requirement, middle management gave different requirement, lower management gave different requirement. Changing requirement, customer always change his requirements. So you have to be very, you have to have a you have to arrange face-to-face meetings, you have to collaborate, you have to coordinate, communicate very strongly. So you have to face this situation, and it's a common problem. Like I gave you example of Nokia company, that designers were in Finland and programmers were in Finland and China, Beijing. And programmers, based on the agreed design from the designers, start implementing the code. And once they finish the code, designers already change the requirements. because they were indirectly in contact with the stakeholders. So then Nokia company called agile coach Alistair Cockburn from USA, and after interviewing with the both teams, designing team and the development team, he asked the Nokia company, either you move programmers from China to Finland or designers to China. So then Nokia company sent designers from Finland to China, so to have co-located team instead of distributed team and solve this problem. So this is the problem you face, that customer always change his requirements as he use the software, or end users normally gave you requirement when top management or chief executive will see the prototype or demo or the actual software. He said, this is not what I demand, this is not what I required. So you have to cope with the situation. Barry Boehm is a well-known name in the software engineering field. He has introduced spiral model, COCOMO model. Barry Boehm has reported that productivity of software development is reduced because of two reasons. What do you think? What could be the two reasons that productivity is decreased? When you have large team, you need more time to communicate, and because that productivity is decreased. Meeting, ijtama. So you should have approximately appropriate team, not large, not small. So you have top management, top tier meeting, then middle tier meeting, then lower tier meeting. So meetings. So it's a problem in our field that we can't afford to have too many meetings. So we should have appropriate team size, not large, not small. And according to Barry Boehm, when program size is increased, productivity is also decreased, because size is directly proportional to complexity. You increase the size, complexity will increase. Like the example of Microsoft Vista, which has approximately size 70 to 80 million lines of code, and Microsoft, which has the best professionals, best software engineers, best architects, they failed to fix bugs in the Vista, and Vista was a failed product. It has so many bugs that Microsoft team was unable to fix all those bugs, and they have to launch that operating system in the market because of the market pressure. And there was very bad response and from the customers, and it failed. And then Microsoft decreased the size from 70 to 80 to 40 to 50 millions in Windows 7, and it has much it has less bugs and much stable than the Vista. It was very successful as compared to the Vista, because as you decrease the size, complexity is decreased. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.